Hey everyone, my name is Justin and thank you for watching. This video is going to be my breakdown on the futures indices using the daily time frame and also active setups for this upcoming week, quick swing trades. So let's hop right into it. We're going to start with the futures markets first because that is the more important market to understand the whole context, the big picture of what is really pulling the strings of the equities. So first we'll start with the Dow, and this is a daily time frame, just not many indicators, a few EMAs, but these cyan colored lines are my significant levels, and I'll do a breakdown of how these levels are determined, but essentially I use multiple indicators. These are the Chimera levels, the standard pivot points, and the Fibonacci pivot points. And what I do is I look for a confluence of the same level, which proves to me that a level has been significant. So on the Dow, we're watching 35,200, 35,315, and 510. And you use technical analysis as well. We zoom in, one second. Zoom in, you see the volume profile. So again, a confluence of factors. But the bottom zone, multiple times in the past 2 weeks, has proven to be support. And it just makes sense that the indicators lead to prove that it is a significant level, along with the price action. So we're always looking for multiple factors to let us know what is important and what is not so important. And for the middle line, which is the 315 pivot, you see it was kind of a battleground multiple times in the past 2 weeks. We had multiple times where we dug deep to the bottom level, but we closed above the middle level. And that's kind of why that middle pivot point proves to be significant. So what I'm interested in is, you see we have this tight spot that isn't highlighted, but from technical analysis, the 400 level is key. If we do get a strong close, push through 400, and we manage to close over the 510, that would be significant for a breakout long entry. And that's what my theory is for the upcoming week on the Dow. Let's check the Russell. Check out this. What a range. We've been in a range for a long time. Check out that volume profile. We have so much volume stored up as well. So what we're watching on the Russell, the bottom is 132. The pivot point in the middle is 253. And the breakout long is 234. Clearly we cannot get out of this range, but those top and bottom levels are huge. What I expect, we had a complete V push off the bottom level last week. It shows that we're either one, going to stay in the range for a bit longer, or two, we're going to start building our way, consolidating, digesting, building towards a breakout to the higher area. So that's my thoughts on the Russell. The NAS we're going to do together. So let me pull up the pivot points, one sec. You pull up the pivot points, and essentially what I'm looking for from these areas is, so what numbers appear consistently through all of this. And I'm looking at the NAS, I see 15,378. So we're going to round that up to 15,380. I'll just draw my line and type that in, 15,380. So ideally, I think that'll be our pivot point. We'll see. We got to go back. What else is appearing consistently? So I see 15,490 twice. So we're going to put that one in. Whoopsies. I think it's faster to type them. So 15,490. We got 2 levels so far. Check out how it looks. Okay, let's see what else we got. 15,310. And I'm guessing that'll be the lower zone. 15,310. Alright, so I think that's pretty solid for our levels on the NAS. These are more intermediate swing trade levels. When I'm doing my futures scalping, there are many more levels that get put into this. But you don't want to have it too cluttered for a 7-day, 14-day, a monthly time frame. Like a 30-day, not the monthly chart. So that looks pretty good, and let's check out how the price action proves. You see the bottom area, it's definitely key because this range, it is right under that bottom area, and if we do fail, then we're going back into that range most likely. The key, the middle area, pivot, if we stay above that, odds are we're going to digest, go higher, but you can't really force your hand on the market. There needs to be a confluence of factors in your favor. So we also use the RSI, which is a grain of salt, like everything. You don't make a decision based off of one thing, you combine a lot of important factors, and that's how we make our good decisions with high probabilities. Let's check out the ES, and we already have our lines in. We have 472 as the bottom pivot, 492 as the middle, a key level at 510, and the breakout long at 522. Pretty strong, very strong market. We had a trend day Monday and a trend day Friday. Those trend days, they really don't happen consistently, so don't get your hopes up. I'm expecting a bunch of digestion this week, or maybe we get some sell into the 472, and if 72 holds, we're gonna go higher. But if we do lose that 72, pay attention. We definitely have room lower in this extended market. As a trend follower, we're not trying to buy tops, buy bottoms, predict. We're collectively using a confluence of information and making risk-reward, high probability trades based off of that information. We don't have no crystal ball. We're not magicians. We just react, and we use risk management, we use knowledge, education, and we stick to our rules. Those are the principles of becoming a successful, profitable trader that can feed his family based off of using his brain instead of, having to fucking dig a ditch, wake up at 9 a.m. I wake up at 5:15, but what I mean is wake up and sell your time. Go deliver groceries, or go be the garbage man, or go work for someone else. It's much more satisfying to enhance your brain and enhance your knowledge to the point where you yourself can provide for your family and make a living based off of hard work and education. So let's check out the crude, and the bottom line is 67.9, middle pivot 68.6, and breakout zone 69.3. Check out this volume profile. This is huge. It shows, I think we're building, and I would not be surprised to see a strong move through 72 and even through 75. I don't want to get too excited, but with all the economic and fundamentals around crude right now, with the supply being cut, but the demand still occurring, we're not going to go from gas to electric in a fucking day. It's going to take a while. So I could see crude going through the moon. But just based off of these pivots, pay attention to those levels. They're very key. On the DAX, we have 780 as a lower pivot. We have 820 as the middle key zone, and 880 as the high range. You could also see a little bit of, a little trend line right here. So pay attention to that. I expect with that strong move on Friday, I would be shocked if we don't break through this little flag built. But like I said prior, we can't really predict, but that's just kind of the intuition, what the price action, the volume is leading me to conclude. On the Russell, I believe, yes, we did the Russell already. And the FTSE. So on the FTSE, we got the higher level at 160, key battle zone at 140, and bottom level at 120. You see, they're all in multiples of 20. Sometimes it works like that, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, decent leg higher this week. Let's see if we could hold multiple wicks showing we tested lower, but we bounced off. So the buyers are definitely present. The RSI isn't too high. I would be surprised if we don't make a move higher this week in the FTSE. I could see 4,200, and I wonder how we act at this mini daily resistance at 220. That'll be interesting. Then notice we have a longer term trend line. We'll see what happens with that. Lastly, we have gold, and on gold, the volume profile is kind of shallow. It's interesting, not too much. I don't know. I feel like they're going to send gold lower on a fundamental basis. The world is in a very intriguing time right now. But from the price action, we got 794 as a lower, 1812 as the middle, and 1820 as the higher. So, check out that volume and check out that move on Friday. Very strong price action. This kind of, I really can't get a good idea, a good feel for where we're going next. Let me check out the weekly. Maybe that'll give some more information. So I remember being in this flag and thinking that we were going to break out and go to the moon. Now we're kind of retesting the bottom side. Check out that big buying wick off of the key 1700 level. That's something to note for sure. So I would say the buyers are in control for gold, but it's a bit of a confusing chart. You know, we might chop around for a while and form sort of a Russell 2000 range, but those are my thoughts on the main indexes. Let's swing into the dailies real quick. We'll do just a speedy breakdown. These are actionable ideas. So Apple, it's flagging higher lows. AVNT, check out that strong move. Let's see if we consolidate. BNTX, wonder if we break the downtrend and pick up some volume. Check out the shelf right there, big shelf. Shows us that we have a lot of volume right there. Very important to notice. T-Dog, we had a fake out. Let's see if we take out that 139 high. Docs, it was a nice trade. I got stopped at a little above break even, I believe, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Check out the volume shelf. DT, I'm in this one. It doesn't look bad at all. Inside days, flagging. The shelf isn't too strong, but we'll see if we get continuation. I have an order in for net. I'm testing out new strategies, you know. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. I do love the breakouts, but there's a lot of trades that I miss. So I'm seeing if I could put the orders in on the weekend and get filled at the level, so I don't have to be paying attention and it doesn't distract me from my future scalping intraday. NVIDIA, just a very powerhouse. I don't want to miss it, so that's why it's on there. Open, check out that volume shelf and the downtrend break. Keep eyes on that. Otis, I'm in this one. I didn't get faked out, but not the best close, so I'm a little worried. The good thing is not huge volume on the sell. Ratty, looks good. We got a couple inside days after a huge clean base breakout. I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe we get continuation. Maybe we get an entry. I missed the first entry. That's kind of why I'm focusing on placing those orders and making sure they do get filled. Setum, high tight flag, not the tightest though. Not my favorite, truly. This one, it's a powerhouse. I love this. I truly love this. Volume shelf, I think a lot of big money's getting into this. We got the Mark Minervini VCP, volume contraction pattern. Keep your eye on you. UPST, more of a bearish wedge, but you know, patterns are patterns. If we break out higher on volume, you better be long, because look at that earnings gap. Oh my gosh. AMD powerhouse, caught a huge move from up here. The volume stuff's huge down there, but who knows, maybe we consolidate, get a nice move, continuation higher. It's a very strong name, very good fundamentals. Figs, this is more of a recent IPO. We got a huge volume shelf, a nice high volume day. Maybe we get a retest of the yellow key pivot and a nice entry point. That would be beautiful. GLBE, you're looking for the detail break. Check out that volume shelf. It's very important to know that the big money, the big volume is interested. You don't want to be trading stocks that are liquid with low volume. That is not a recipe for success. Crocs has been a recent market leader. I can't have it off my list with it being important like that. Same with CRWD, no entry, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we get a nice digestion flag, or we pull back to 260 on a retest. Interesting. DXCM, I like this. Clean, tight base. We'll see what happens. Do we get a high volume breakout? ARC, look at that DTL, high volume shelf. Don't miss out on this one. I really like ARC. MOV, let's see if we high tight flag, digest, interested. And lastly, we got triple R. Similar, let's see if we consolidate, form a nice entry. If you learned anything, if you enjoyed the analysis, I'd appreciate a like or any constructive criticism, any comments. I'm just trying to share my knowledge, share my passion of, the financial freedom that is possible by putting in the work, reading the books, making sure your risk management is key. And overall, this game is 95% psychology. So you need balance, you need nutrition, you need health, you need spirituality, you need financial security. Life is not that simple. We need a lot of things to keep our ball rolling. So enjoy your night and drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, and share this video. Much appreciated. Thank you.